What's up guys, it's Keefe. In today's video, I'm going over a 4-step system to help you quit smoking weed. This system allowed me to stop smoking. It's also helped me with other compulsive behaviors, so I know it will get you results as well. Now before we get into that, I made this channel to help men create their ideal lives through self-mastery. So if you're a guy who's out there looking to level up his life in any way, hit the subscribe button and bell icon. I put out new videos every single day to help you do exactly that. So let's get into the video. So the first step to quitting smoking weed, or quitting really any compulsive behavior, is to do the math. And what do I mean is, figure out how much this is costing you. What is it costing you to do the behavior? That pain is going to allow you to make a change in your life. So when it comes to the math, look at your time and money. How much time, how much money is being invested into this that could be used on something more productive, right? Or simply not wasted, okay? Let's say you're looking at a minimum of 365 hours and $1,825 according to my math. That's if you smoke every day, and that's if you're spending $5 a day, which from my experience back when I smoked, maybe it's changed a lot, but back then that was about the minimum. If you were really going to be smoking weed, that was the minimum amount of time and money you were going to be spending on it. Now let's look at a bigger number, right? Because I knew guys who were using actually more money and more time than this, but this is just maybe more of a general stoner out there. This is based on 20 hours a week and $20 a day, okay? Like I said, I knew guys spending $30 a day on smoking weed, and they were high all day. And when I'm talking about the 20 hours, I'm not just talking about how long it takes you to smoke. I'm talking about the entire process. I'm talking about you have to go get the weed, you got to smoke it, you got to roll it, and then just that time where you're chilling out, where you're not really doing anything, that investment in time. Do the math on that, okay? 1,040 hours. That's half a year worth of 40-hour work weeks right there, okay? Actually, even more. And then you got $7,300, okay? You could like literally go get a year of college with that, right? You could invest that in a business, invest that in stocks, buy a damn car, right? So do the math on what it's costing you for you personally. This is gonna, again, it's gonna hurt, but that hurt is gonna allow you to be like, gee, I need to make a change. And that's the key. You gotta have a reason to make a change. If you don't see the reason, then you're never gonna change, right? Next thing, you got to find new obsessions, right? Weed oftentimes becomes a little bit obsessive, right? It's kind of like just something for you to go do. Seek out, I'm going to go get high, and that becomes like the compulsive thing that you do. Well, you need other things to focus that attention on, right? If you're just sitting on your bed, I've said this about NoFap as well. If you're going to stop watching porn, but you're not going to work on being a productive man, then it's useless, right? You might as well just go fap off all day. Same with weed. If you're going to sit on your bed watching TV anyways, you might as well do it high, honestly. So the point here is you need to find some new obsessions. Don't sit around. Create positive uses for your time and money. A few examples I had down here. Go to the gym, get your body right. Use your money on that instead of weed, right? That's going to have a positive impact for the money, right? Start a business. Learn how to start a business. Go back to school. Get some skills so you can increase your income. Martial arts. Learn how to train. Or just general self-improvement in general. Work on becoming a high-value man, all right? Now, this is going to be, it's really just about finding new focuses for the attention. You're going to start to build positive momentum for yourself when you do this, and it's going to make it to where you're not that interested in going back to smoking because you're seeing the changes happen in your life. And you're like, okay, wow, like if I just focus my energy on something else, I have the power to really change my life. Now, on to the third step, creating a new identity. This is really key, and most people don't understand this. I want you to notice the difference between these two statements. The first one, he says, I am not a smoker, versus I'm trying to quit, okay? A lot of guys say I'm trying to quit. Now, why is that bad? Because you're already implying this sense of like it's a battle, and also you're still identifying as a smoker. Whereas this person's saying I'm not a smoker. So that's the part, right? That's the key. You're making a decision to quit. You're not trying to quit. You're not still a smoker who's just avoiding it and constantly fighting with himself about it. You genuinely are not this person anymore. So you got to get this out of your vocabulary. I am not a smoker. Any other thing. I am not a binge eater. I do not watch porn. Whatever it is, you need to say it like that, okay? Stop seeing yourself as someone who smokes. Make the decision. This is key, right? You got to make the decision. I'm not a smoker. Not that I'm trying. I'm trying just sounds like, you know what? When the moment's right, I'll give back in. I am a smoker at heart, and I'm just trying to stop. When you say I'm not a smoker, it's a dead stop. I'm changing who I am, okay? Now, on to the fourth part. This is the part nobody ever really knows about, but it is so key. A lot of people make this mistake. you got to learn to let go. So what do I mean by this? Don't fight the impulse, let it go. So what I'm talking about here is, we all know this, when you have a compulsive behavior, doesn't the impulse hit you again, right? I used to be addicted to nicotine, and every time I would try and quit, it's like that impulse would hit me again. It'd be like, oh gee, go get a vape or whatever, right? And I'd like go out and spend money buying a new vape after I'd just thrown the old one out, right? It's pathetic stuff. But the thing was, I was dealing with this impulse rather than letting it go. And we all know how this goes, right? The impulse shows up and we focus on resisting. We focus on resisting the impulse rather than letting it go. So what do I mean by letting go? When the impulse comes up, what happens? The impulse comes up, thoughts hit your mind, right? The thoughts like smoke weed or get nicotine or watch porn, whatever it is. And what do? We tell ourselves that whole story. No, I'm trying to quit. I'm trying to quit. And then we get in this fight with ourselves in our head. And what does that lead to? Eventually, you're going to break. Your willpower is going to give in. Everybody's like that. That doesn't mean anything necessarily bad about you. In fact, the reason that somebody actually quits something is, again, because they make the decision. So they stop fighting with the impulse. So what you do is you just let it go. You feel the impulse come up, stop fighting with the thoughts, focus on the feeling. The feeling will go away, okay? You just got to stop giving it power. Understand that when you give something resistance, it just gets bigger, okay? The more energy you focus on something, the bigger it gets, whether it's positive energy or negative energy. It doesn't matter. What you got to do is give no energy to it. Now, if you want to learn more about this letting go technique, I made a video explaining how to use it to get over compulsive behaviors. I did it in a video explaining how to use it for porn, but it's also incredibly effective for this or any other compulsive behavior you have. I'll link to that in the description box below so you can check that out if you're interested. Now, I want to put this together for you, explain how it worked for me in my life. So, step one here, doing the math. What happened to me when I quit smoking weed was I was in college, and I'd been thinking about it for a while. I was like, man, I should probably stop doing this so much. This is kind of ridiculous. I don't even really like it. But what happened was I kept doing it. I was saying I'm trying to quit rather than I'm not a smoker. And so it wasn't working, right? And then what happened was I failed a couple classes, and a business I was trying to start didn't work out. And I felt like at the time, and I still feel this way, smoking weed all the time had a detrimental impact on my ability to get the classes done, get the business started. And so it just really showed me the cost, right? I did the math right there in my head. I was like, okay, this is costing me my future. This is not only costing me this little bit of money I'm throwing into it, it's costing me my future. That's not acceptable. So I got the math down. Found new obsessions. I started focusing. I doubled down on my body. I was already hitting the gym, but I doubled down on it. I got my diet right for the first time in my life as well. I started really focusing on building businesses, getting clear on the man I wanted to be. I really locked in on self-improvement. I was just focused on being somebody different. I took that energy and I put it somewhere else, and I started seeing big results. So I was like, why would I go back to being some smoker bum, right? Next thing, new identity. It just flipped, right? I just made the decision, said, I'm not doing this anymore, because I did the math. And I was like, this is not acceptable. Made the decision, so I stopped, okay? And then when it comes to letting go, the way I used this process was just, if the feeling ever came up, I just stopped thinking about it, right? You just don't think about it, okay? Think about something else. When the feeling comes up, don't fight the feeling, okay? It's going to come up. That's natural. And you just let the feeling go, okay? And that's all I did. It worked for me. It's worked for me on other things, again, like quitting porn or quitting nicotine. Okay, this system works. You just got to stick to it. You'll be able to stop any compulsive behavior and start moving yourself in the right direction. Guys, I have a couple spots left in my Better Man coaching program. This is my program that's about helping you get purpose, confidence, and achieving the external goals of a high-value 1% man. If you want to learn more about this program, I made a video explaining it. You can click on that in the description box below and book a call if you want to learn more from there. Guys, if you got something out of this video, give me a like so I can reach more guys through the algorithm. Hit the bell icon and subscribe button so you don't miss new videos. And I'm going to put another video right here that I think you'll like to watch as well. Thanks again, and I'll talk to you later.